Hi guys, Piotr here, Liteforex Global YouTube channel, straight from the barber shop. It's weekend, so we are going to discuss euro dollar, oil and gold. When it comes to the euro dollar, first thing first, based on the CFTC data, there is the largest bet on the short side when it comes to the dollar since late September. The dollar, at least with euro dollar, so the heaviest pair within the US dollar basket, trying to hold below 22. We are done with ECB. The US CPI inflation a little bit higher, PPI in line, and ladies and gentlemen, the next Wednesday, that's gonna be the day, FOMC day, of course. So that's well, I do expect some fireworks at least. Anyway, the market is trying, but it's not easy way. But anyway, market is trying to be dollar short. Well, with oil, especially with the bearish, to be honest with you, latest EA data release, well, I did expect some price to the downside. We've seen a little bit of the pullback, but then through the roof. Also, only to end of the week, slightly above weekly open. Finally, gold. Well, here, no change in my opinion, no change in my view. As long as we are below 1920, 2000, I'm looking to sell the rallies. The last week rally, we even didn't touch the real intraday levels I've been looking for. So guys, without the further delay, let's jump straight and check these charts. See you inside. Euro dollar weekly chart. Well, to be honest with you, I'm quite disappointed because taking into the consideration that previous week it was the ECB week, it was the CPI PPI, US CPI PPI week. Well, the volatility was quite low compared to what we've seen week before, right? We hit the supply, we have our zone from the weekly chart, and to be honest with you, nothing extraordinary went on. Now, upcoming week is gonna be the big one, mostly because of the FOMC rate decision. Well, that's at least how I see the things. At the same day, we have the PMI. Monday, Tuesday is gonna be a little bit lighter. We are going to make the separate video. Monday, we do have just industrial production out of the EU. On Tuesday, we do have the French final CPI out of the EU, but then US Empire State Manufacturing Index, import prices, capacity utilization rate, industrial production, quite busy. So the Tuesday afternoon, that's gonna be the preparation for the fireworks we are going to have Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, the final line. So I think when it comes to the upside, we have to take into the consideration this consolidation. We hit the bottom of that consolidation already. Then this consolidation might be treated also as some kind of the triangle. If we are going to break through 22.15, pull back and higher towards levels close to 23.50. But overall, if we are going to break through 22.50 with the daily close, probably we are going to see the prices higher towards not only 23.50 but 25 overall. But as I mentioned, I do expect some kind of the pullback. We've seen attempt last week, but we quite didn't get back to the levels I'm waiting for. So levels close to 120, 119.60 as a possible demand when it comes to the euro dollar, and well, 22.15 upside, 20.1960 downside for now. So what can we see? Well, overall dollar weakness. So I can not be surprised if we are going to see some kind of a profit taking ahead of the FOMC. With that being said, 120 might be tested, right? Might be tested. So there are two ways I'm going to look for euro dollar. Either at the very beginning of the week we are going to see the attempt to clean the stops above this latest highs, hitting 22.15 and seeing the rejection towards 121.1960, or we are going to see immediately after the very beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, beginning of Wednesday retest, and then midweek reversal and higher to go towards the Christmas and New Year. So intraday, my approach is trying to fade the rallies towards 22.15 if overall price action is going to show rejection. When it comes to the downside, I'm looking for buying opportunity around 20.1960. Oil here, well, as I mentioned, a little bit of the problem for me. The weekly chart, of course, this failure here and the reversal quite natural, but right now around the current levels, especially with the latest EA data, to be honest with you, I thought that at least we are going to retest 42 level, but instead we went higher. So we are testing the levels around 46.50, all right? So in that case, pushing higher towards 50, that's how I see the things. The buyers are around 42.30, as I mentioned second ago. Switching lower to the daily chart, in my opinion, it's also worth to watch the market situation when it comes to the indices. Why? Now, the consolidation after the breakout, right, is very tight. And I'm very curious of the price action we've seen last Thursday. I don't know what was all about. The market was trying to move through the roof with the rejection and upper shadow and then Friday inside bar. To be honest with you, I need to, when it comes to the oil, I need to see more before I'm going to judge the price action. The 50 retest cannot be ruled out. So with that being said, cautiously bearish and waiting for the price action to confirm my way of thinking. And finally, gold, no change in view. Well, okay, last 2 weeks we've seen gold bouncing, but still staying below what happened 2 weeks ago, right? 3 weeks ago, all right? So still well below the supply level, and as long as this type of the price action is going to be in place, the lower levels, even with 1600 to be tested, still quite possible. The things we discussed lately, right? So again, trying to prepare myself, I'm looking for attempt to, again, trying to go higher, maybe with some kind one ahead of the FOMC, hitting the supply we discussed around 1900, because that's what I want to see, right? I want to see the spike and rejection. I want to see, if you are trying to visualize, I want to see the upper shadow, right? The upper shadow and close below, for example, 1880, right? So if that's the level of the supply, I want to see with, for example, I don't know, 1-to-1, right? Something like this. But towards the end of the day, I want to see this type of the price action, that the upper shadow, but the close below the very important levels. Well, what about the bulls? Again, I think that we might see lower levels. It's all about some kind of the measurement. So I think this latest low might be treated as a liquidity level. So finally levels close to 1715, even we already almost seen our targets, could be in place with this 1-to-1. So I do expect some buyers around 1750, 1715. Then again, if that's the 1715, if that previous range is going to be broken, I'm looking for a lower levels. We have like 1690. We do have levels like 1650 and 1600. What about the bulls? If we are not gonna make such a big pullback, well, only move above 1950, 2000 might delay or even cancel my bearish view. So guys, with that being said, it's a big week. Market may want to look for liquidity because some guys still need to get out ahead of the end of the year. So be careful, don't be trapped, work carefully with your exposure. I'm gonna to make another update when necessary. Have a great trading week. Take care and goodbye.